Yo, so we're starting the stream, eh? We're starting the stream. I see a comment, and that's all I need. Hollywood में apply कीजिए. Nope. We'll bring Hollywood here in India. That's what we're gonna do. Yo, so I'm I'm just brief you through what we are going to do. So these are the mails that I have received, and I've numbered them. I think they are total 18, and I don't think anyone is they're duplicate mails. There was one duplicate, this one, so I just ignored it. Otherwise, I think most of the names look unique to me now. Let me know if you see any duplicate emails here. Oh, I see one here as well. So getting rid of this. Yeah, that's about it. So I have a hey Sandeep, hello. I'll I'll do a randomized stuff. I'll do a randomized thing. Same like before. So random numbers. Yeah, random numbers. And we have mail from sorry, numbers from 1 to 18. 10. So we're gonna start with 10th. I think these one will be still quicker. In art, it takes when I was taking art review, I was drawing over it. So I think that way it took me a bit more time. But with animation, I don't think I can make the animation right now. So it will be mostly verbal, I think. So yeah, it might be quicker. Animation reviews might be quicker. So what's the name? It's Kalpesh. Kalpesh. All right. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, here. Regarding the review of animation, my name is Kalpesh from India. This is my first animated song. Please check out the attached file. Okay. All right. Just a minute before I start. Give me a minute. Okay. So, what are you saying? You CR28 Creation said I really interested to learn animation. Yeah, you should. Animation is a good field. If you're interested, you should always at least try to start from somewhere. I still don't know what all you know, but um, it's a good field. You can start from anywhere, at any age, at any time. There are no foundations. My YouTube channel need more recognition. Yeah, hell yeah. We need more recognition. We need more stuff, more name, more fame, more money. But it takes time. It takes time. I understand. It takes time. I know how to operate Blender, but don't know how to make 2D animation. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's 2D animation is altogether different thing than operating Blender. You'll need to know how to draw. No, सिफारिश नहीं चलेगी भाई. You can't request. It's all random numbers. I don't make the rules. Anyways, we'll start with this animation first. Let's watch it together. No, I should pause the background music. Let me know if you can hear the audio right. If it's too low, then I might increase it. I still don't know how does it sound for you. Sound to you. You can't hear, no audio. What the hell? What the hell? Just a minute. Now let me know. Now let me know. I should turn off my speakers. I think you are hearing it twice now. So I don't think I can use speakers right now. I'm gonna wear headphones. Okay, all right. Now you should only hear it once. Let's go. That should be fine. I increase the volume. Oh, she's late. Nice, nice. I really like it. It's well done actually. So something about these big projects is, let's say big projects means like these music videos or short films or stuff like that. So with these 10-20 seconds of animation, you really have to push the quality because it's so less time that the only way you can keep your audience entertained is by pushing a lot of quality. Uh, Quality not in terms of visuals, but also in terms of storytelling, uh, camera angles, layout, backgrounds, everything. But in those bigger pieces, you can kind of go easy on certain stuff for certain shots, and that way you can be more efficient. So I can see that that has been done here. I'm sure the creator, sorry, I forgot the name, Kalpesh, can push a bit more quality than this. He not a bit actually. If he wants to, he could double up the quality of this entire production. But everything has to be done under a certain time limit within a certain budget. So there are a lot of constraints when it comes to these kind of animations. I also like the colors. The colors are popping. They are really good. I like these uh, that split. I kind of I kind of like it, and I'm kind of debating on this as well. I have two thoughts on this. I'll let you know. Other than that, I did like the last part here, the concert thing. The colors are really nice. The atmosphere, especially the atmosphere, it kind of feels like concert. It doesn't feel like just somebody just put a few characters and they just animated it. So it feels like a concert. And yeah, so yeah. Now, what I how I think you can make it better is, at places I felt like anatomy could be better. So the characters, I think characters lost their volumes in certain actions, or there were few perspective problems, or there was anatomy issues. So if you correct them, then your character will look, or your animations will look more professional. It will look more mainstream. With with so I mean, you don't have to be perfect in anatomy. It's all fine. It's if you wanna animate a character in certain way and do not have to worry about anatomy, that's totally fine. But then it will give your animation more of an indie look. And I don't know what was the target here. Maybe you were targeting for indie style, so that way it's fine. But if you were targeting for a mainstream kind of animation, then you would need to improve on the anatomy and the certain animations as well. So let me just show you what I mean by that. So this hand, I felt like this looks off because the wrist goes here and then wrist is somewhere over here, and uh, at the back of the hand it kind of doesn't sit well with the rest of the hand, and it got a bit too big. The fingers don't sit right here, so that kind of stuff. Also, something about sleeping like this where your neck is toward this direction and you're moving your shoulder, it's really difficult actually. You might cramp your neck. So this pose itself is kind of unnatural when you think about it. uh, but yeah, so that's that. And this is a bit too clean. Yeah, whenever you wake up, so I have this habit of snoozing up my alarm sometimes. Not habit, but sometimes I snooze my alarm. So as far as I know, I struggle a lot trying to find that button which I can swipe that will snooze the alarm or that will dismiss the alarm. It's at the top of my screen, and sometimes I just pick the phone the other way around. So I struggle it a lot. I struggle with it. I keep on swiping, and then the alarm doesn't go off. So then I have to open up my eyes. I just squint my eyes a little bit. I just see where the button is, and then I just swipe it and go back to sleep. So this is this I feel is a bit too clean, where he exactly knows where that button was. So he's not looking at mobile, so it could be other way around, right? The button could be at the top as well. So how does he know that? So that I feel like is a bit too clean. Again, these might be nitpicks. Totally up to you. Also, this one. So when he has blanket on him, so let's say he's sleeping by the side, so you can see the shoulder and the neck. They don't fall in the same line, right? So you can have a bit of a curve here that shows that this is his head, this is his shoulder, this is the waist, legs, or something like that. So it's kind of just a flat line. I like this part though, where she opens up the curtain. Yeah, so now I was talking about this split, right? Splitting the scene. Something about this scene split is always difficult to execute, because now your audience have to look at two scenes together. Most of most of the time, whenever we are seeing a movie or anything, we just look at one entire scene, so we know what's going on, right? But when you have this split, it's kind of difficult to see, like, where should I see? And I was having this difficulty when I was watching it first. I entirely missed this part, the girl's part here, because I was busy watching him how he's sleeping, and I missed the entire part how the girl is getting ready. So now I'm watching it again, and now I'm seeing this, and I'm missing out on this one. So it's kind of difficult to for a viewer to see both things together. One way to execute it is, if you have animation going on the left side, then maybe have something very minor going on the right side. Or when the girl is making some sort of movement, maybe she's getting ready or something, so you have kind of really low animation on the right side, the left side. So we can kind of shift from left to right, and we can see what's going on. So even though there are two scenes, you're still paying attention to one single scene. So that is something I think you can work on here. Also about the faces, this nose, I feel like, so the nose, now this you can totally say it's all style, but I feel like if you could have just added this, it could have looked a bit better, because characters are almost human. So this kind of nose, I don't know, instead of maybe making like this, what you can do is you can kind of just break it from here and do a little bump of the nose here. That will make it more natural. Again, a nitpick, nothing special. Anatomy definitely need improvement here. The back looks too small compared to the head, and it looks like he has like really thin torso, which is kind of impractical. We have a certain what can you say, certain size of a rib cage. So no matter how thin you are, your rib cage still has a certain curve to it, and that needs to be there. Overall, the idea is nice, because you kind of split both of their scenes differently, and finally when they're in the lift together, so that split goes away. That is nice, but again, you should focus on doing animation only on one part and leave the other part altogether. For example, here there's action on both sides, so it's very difficult to see what's going on. Like here, this one where he's going over here, he's coming over here. So you're like, okay, should I look from left to right, or should I look from right to left? Like it's so confused to look at right now. And and in your defense, the animator, you will find it perfectly fine. You will be like, come on, I can see it. I can understand it because you animated it for 3 months non-stop. Every day you are looking at that scene, so it's kind of ingrained inside your head. You don't even have to look at the animation to understand it anymore. So try to look at the animation from layman's point of view. Try to show it to your friends or family members who have no idea how the animation is made, and get their opinion, and you will see, oh, what's going on. Also, if I see that the character changed a lot here, so he's kind of having a big head here, but all of a sudden it doesn't look like same character from here to here. And these are the difficult part, to maintain the consistency of the character, and it takes time. If you're doing hand-drawn animation from scratch, it's gonna take a lot of time to maintain that consistency. So yeah, two more things, final things. I felt like there's now this can be again budget or time issues, but at some places I felt like there could be a little more animation. For example, here, this place, it could be really, if you, I don't know if you had the time or budget for it, but if you had that, then you you can really make it slow motion, and it would be really cool sequence where he's slow mo jumping off the stage, and his shirt is flying off, and there's a little bit of camera pan, so it would look really cool. So at some places I felt like the animation is missing, especially towards the end. One of the reason might be, since you have been working on such a long project, by the end maybe something has happened, maybe shortage of time or shortage of budget, or so you started cutting corners. I don't know. Especially here, I felt that here, like by the end there's almost no animation. You see my point? It's kind of just slideshow. So what I would advise you to do is, and this is the last thing, not to cut down the animation from the beginning and the end, because those are the important parts. The climax and your beginning is really important. The beginning is required for the audience to hook them up to your content. So if the beginning is good, they will stay. Otherwise, they'll leave. And by the end, they need to go away with the feeling that they've watched something good. They uh, their time was worth invested in something when they were watching it. If the end is kind of, so, even though if the beginning or the middle part is good and the end is not good, they will go away with that incomplete feeling that they enjoyed this, or they watched something coherent. So instead of cutting corners in the end, I would suggest cut the corners in the middle somewhere, not like in a single chunk, multiple chunks or something, and then put your efforts in the beginning and the end of the animation. All right. So that's it. That's it for the first animation. Now we're going to move on to the second one. Am I NID graduate? No, I'm not. Matter of fact, I'm graduated in computer science and I have a degree of engineering. And I was an engineer for 4 years in Infosys. And then I quit my job and started doing animation on my own. So yeah, I haven't studied for NID from NID. I studied from Mac for a few months. I paid them 75,000. They didn't teach me Maya. I ended up learning it by myself. Then when I was a kid, maybe in 12th class, I went to Arena for 6 months. I showed them my characters and the kind of comics I was creating. Uh, those were my own characters, and I told them I want to animate these characters. And they told me that, yeah, we'll teach you. And they didn't teach me shit. The only thing they taught me was Photoshop, Corel Draw, and Adobe Illustrator. So yeah, I ended up learning Flash by myself and 3ds Max by myself and Maya animation by myself and then Blender and then human anatomy and 2D animation sketching and all that stuff. Yeah. Next is 4. 4 is next. What? 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. So fourth is Kunal Dasiwal. It should be easier to find since, yeah, here. Hey, please take a look at this animation I made. I tried animate using a 3D beach in Maya and animating on top using Photoshop. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I'm downloading. It's downloading. Is it downloaded? Swordplay. Okay. Is there audio? Nah, yeah, there is audio. All right. I understood a few things and I couldn't understand a few things. Maybe just my dumb brain. Maybe I'm too stupid to understand action. I don't know. We'll see. So I think what's happening is obviously the white one is uh, pulled out his sword. And then what the hell did he do? What the hell happened here? So he pulled out his sword. That's fine. He looked at this black dude and I think he's running towards him and then the dude in the shadows, he disappeared. And something happened. Right? So he cut down something because blood. And then the dude is still here, but he disappeared. And then again he cut down something. I don't know what. And the dude is gone. So maybe he cut him down. Maybe. And then the camera comes out of his body. And the dude is again there. I hope you can see my confusion. What's going on? The ending from here, if I just see the animation from here, then I could understand it perfectly fine. This is totally fine. But before that, I'm really struggling. I don't know what's going on. Other than that, right? So that's the story, or that's the concept as a concept. That's where I'm struggling. when, when I talk about animation, Mm, try to try to add more overlaps or follow in your animation. But that, what I mean is, if hand is coming towards pulling out the sword, then instead of just making a normal hand, which looks like this, maybe add a bit of a lag, because you know the slim can lag if it moves too fast. So this thing can lag, compared to the wrist. Something like this. And then when the sword is he's pulling out the sword, maybe add a bit of curve because the action is too fast for the camera to see. Something like this, and then the sword comes out and stuff. So that is what I feel you can do, because the animation is, we don't have a lot of frames that shows what's going on, so you might have to add a bit of kind of stretchy frames or smear frames. Also, the hand just went behind the dude. Again, problem, it should be in front. Now, no, the smear frames that you added here. So I'm imagining this is point of view. I think it is point of view, POV shot. So if anything happens, let's say these are your eyes, right, and this is your hand. You can experiment it by yourself, and you move your hand like really fast. So this moves a lot compared to your eyes. This moves a lot, but this doesn't move, right? So by this, what I mean is, when you add smear frames or you try to add motion blur, it's mostly gonna happen here at the farther end from the camera, not towards the camera. So the way you added motion blur here, it kind of indicates that the arm or the shoulder is moving really fast, but the arm is still there. So what you should do is try to add smear here towards the end instead of adding it towards the beginning. Yeah, so that's that. And again, like, these smears have to make some sort of sense. So the sword is going in this direction. The sword is going in this direction. So obviously the smears should have happen something like this, right? Because it just went by. But we have smears like this. So it kind of disrupts the flow compared to your previous animation, what was happening here. Unless he's like, swinging the sword, then you have to be more clear about swinging the sword animation as well. Yeah, this is fine. Like, smears are towards the end. You can get rid of this one though. And this one I couldn't understand. Sorry, but I think this is what I'll have to skip. This is fine. This is fine. Pose could be stronger. Pose could be something like, let me see, what could we do here? Nah, I couldn't think of any pose right now. Maybe I would need to look at some Pinterest references, but I feel like pose could be better here. And this is good. This is something I understood, and I feel like the it's going well too. Maybe if head was within the camera, would have looked even better. Instead of going out completely, it could be here somewhere towards the end, still inside the camera. Also, it could be little slower. It went too fast. Yeah, it could be slower. Definitely, it could be slower. The ending could be slower. Overall, good job. You should keep on making animations. Should keep on making them and make a lot of them until you master this uh, master this skill of space and time, like how much delay you need to add for something to create impact and how much time you need after something happens. So all these things you'll master over the time as you keep animating. All right, third one, third animation. We're making good progress. I'm faster. I'm reviewing animations faster than I reviewed artworks. I'm happy about it. I am happy. So who's next? Third. Interesting. So we're getting. What did we just review? Fourth? Yeah, we reviewed fourth. Did we? Yeah, we did. And now third. From Harsh. Pawan asks, sir, 3D to 2D is easy or 2D to. What is this question? What is this question? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by 3D to 2D to 2D to 3D? What does that even mean? I don't know. I don't know, dude. I mean, it depends on what you're doing. If you're trying to make a 3D model out of your sketch, then you have to go to 3D to 2D to 3D. If you're fuck. If you're doing maybe animations like I do, where I plan them in 3D first and then I draw over them, then 3D to 2D. I don't think there's there's any comparison or you can there's any metric where you can metric where you can measure it. I don't think so. How long have I been animating? It's been 15 years. It's been long. What the hell? 15 years? 10 years? 10, 12. And before that I was here learning. Yeah. You can take around like 14 years or something. I'm a lazy dude. I took a lot of time doing stuff. Hey, Rippity boy. Repeat boy. The box. Hello, box. Can I show you animations? It all depends on that random number generator, bro. I don't make the rules. That random number generator is our savior, is our whatever. Hush. So we're gonna review the animation of Hush. I hope you review this one. Well, congrats. We are reviewing your animation. Oh, this is a small one, so might be a quick review. Oh, I just forgot. So for the first animation that I saw, I had one point in my mind that I couldn't remember. Just a minute, just a minute. So where's that first animation? I didn't save it. Save it, shit. Uh, 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 uh. Do you have the link? What was the name? Let me tell you. Actually, that's also important. What I had in my mind. It was an important point. That point can save lives. Yeah, so in this animation, the first music video that we reviewed, I also realized there are a lot of side views when it comes to camera angles. So there are a lot of side views. You see, like here, the shots are kind of, they just go kind of flat, most of them, like this. If you try to draw grid on those shots, so you can pretty much just draw those shots on this grid. So what I mean by this, there's a lack of perspective in a lot of shots. Those could have been enhanced by adding a bit of perspective to them. So like either their front or their back views or their side views. So this happens a lot, right? In this animation. So let's say if this tree shot was there, so what you could do is kind of maybe show that tree from the top, and people are sitting here or doing stuff, so kind of a distance shot. Yeah, so that can add a bit more immersion to your animation if you play with camera angles a bit more, right? So don't just go with the safe approach of keeping your shots flat. Obviously it's safe because it always works. Try to experiment a bit. It might be a little more challenging and difficult, but the end result pays off really well. Overall, nice work. I liked it. Time, dude got no clothes. Oh, he's just walking towards the fire. So first of all, I feel like there's some sort of missing element. If we are showing fire, there should be something. Something should be happening to the fire. And he's walking towards the fire. So yeah. And I can understand it's just a practice piece try to where you're trying your walk cycle and trying a bit of camera animation along with it. But I would suggest just try to add a really short story, even if it's 4 or 5 seconds. Something needs to happen. Something needs to be there, right? It will just this kind of thought will push you out of your comfort zone, and you'll have to do certain things that you might be afraid of or that might be difficult for you. And initially, you will suck at it, but over the time, you keep on pushing it, and you'll start to realize that, oh, I'm getting better at it. So try to push your ideas a little bit more where they have a certain meaning to them instead of just a practice example. Even for the practice shot, try to do that. In terms of animation, I feel like it could use a lot of work. So the feet, they kind of slide. You can see uh, the right foot here, it slides all the way to the back. So that's not how we walk, right? When once we have a foot down on a surface, it doesn't move. It doesn't move until we lift it. So it has to be there. And one of the reasons this happened because you animated it at place first, and then you just tweened it forward. So when you do something like that, this kind of problem happens. So you need to be careful about it. And yeah, overall it's nice. Maybe add a little bit more clouds in the sky, have some sort of stars or moon or something going on. Also, you can add a bit of parallax as well. So there is parallax, yeah. It's barely noticeable actually. These grass in the front, push them down a bit more. They are taking too much of real estate, too much for their own importance. They should be down a little bit. Also, they should be smaller. Yeah, keep it up. Keep practicing. You'll just keep pushing your ideas. You'll get better at it. One more. One more. Next live, if you will use a Chrome extension where you can draw on the video where you pause, it will really help us understand better. Oh, there is a Chrome extension like that? What the hell? Why did nobody tell me it? Why did nobody tell me this before? Draw over Chrome extension. Come on, you should have told me this before. I see. I see. Draw on page. Yeah. I got it. I got it. So we have this now. Draw over page. How does that work? Can I just draw? No. Draw on page. I want to draw. How does that work? Is there any sort of instructions? You can drag and drop, remove the size and what? Okay. Then press on the toolbar button to activate the add-on. Once the interface appears on the page, please choose the describe mode. I did. Nothing happens. Maybe I need to restart my Chrome. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Let's see. So I'll just push this tab here. Yeah. And we'll get rid of this, this, and that. Let me restart Chrome. Nice. It works.
So what is ClickUp? ClickUp is an all-in-one production.
What the hell? Stop your ad. Stop your ad. I don't want to watch it. So now, no, you can draw over the page. Nice. Perfect. Hey, good solution, man. Good solution. You want to make a stick fight animation with RTX 3050 and 6 GB VRAM? Use Adobe Flash if you can buy it. If you don't want to buy it, then use any drawing software. I've never made a stickman animation, so I don't know. Hey Buzz Animation, what's up? All right. So we start with the next one. Where is the random number generator? Did it say 8? No, I just restarted Chrome. That's 15, it says. So 15 is which one? Which one is 15? Tanishq. Tanishq, yeah. I read it right. No subject, no text, nothing. It's just a video. Let's see. I hope it's not something. Let me see it on the other screen first. It's opening up here. All right. Oh, it's a water droplet. Balloon. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I see what you're doing. Yeah, so quick review and few things that will enhance your animation. Let me just look up something. Oh, my internet is too slow. What's going on? So yeah, for the animation, I would say this needs improvement over here. So at this place, the balloon goes small. I don't know the reason why. It shouldn't be small unless there's a set perspective to it. So as of now, it just the entire environment is flat, so the balloon should stay the same. And here it slows down for no reason. So when you make bouncing ball or anything that goes up and comes down, that makes sense. It has to slow down at the top, but only vertically, not horizontally. So whatever is going straight, it should keep on going straight, right, without any disruption in their speed. So when it goes horizontal, then it has to slow down at the top and come down. So your animation should be like this, not like this. I'm exaggerating a bit, but I think you got the point. It should not slow down here in horizontal direction. You see that jerk? You see that jerk at the top? Look at it again. Here, right here. See that? Get rid of that jerk. Get rid of it. Also, now when the balloon hits the ground and there's a splash, so this is where you can make it really beautiful by adding some cool effects. I mean, you have to animate it, don't take it from anywhere. Check this one out. You see what I'm saying? So try to animate these kind of effects, and even the smallest or the simplest animation would start to look cool. But yeah, you'll have to practice it also. So yeah, that's I hope that helps. Next animation. I think I can give you one more. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? 12. So we got 15 done. We got 3 done. You have 12 here. Just Aryan. Should be here. Animation review. Animation short film Koli by Aryan. Okay. Oh, the quality is a bit too low. Is it my internet? Prasad asked, which animation do I use for animation? Which software do I use for animation? I use Blender and Clip Studio Paint. It's written all over my stories on Instagram. So I don't know why the. So we have Aryan in the chat. Oh, the quality can go higher. It's just my internet. Damn, this looks sharp now. If you're studying from Whistling Woods, then I know a very well-known faculty from Whistling Woods. I'm very good friends with him as well. Nice. Good job. Good job. Really well done. I had a legit chuckle at a few places. This logo also really well animated. So now a few things that I felt that could make this animation even better. Here, this place. I feel like the shapes of this water splash that could be better. You can kind of just a minute. Let me pull out some references. Yeah, yeah. Nice. Color could be red. So here you can have instead of just these. I mean, the sharps one is fine as well. Yeah, so it could be a bit more aggressive, and when you go down, so it could be a bit more curvy. Also, here at the top, you can have water particles. Of course, now if you add these many particles, then it's going to take you, this entire shot will demand a lot of time. And if you animated this in Whistling Woods as a project, as a student project, then maybe you would need an extra time to get your shot complete, right? But something like this could even enhance the shot even more. Especially, it will bring more character to the fish because now it will start to look more majestic because of all these extra sci-fi particle effects. So that's one. I like this part because when you were when I saw this shot, I was really hoping that I could see the close up of the fish, and it was there. So yeah, well done on this one. Something I felt here could is a bit off is this. This could be a bit more impactful. Maybe it's the FX. I'm not sure. Maybe it's the FX or maybe it's the timing. I think it's mostly the timing. It comes out a bit too soft. It should have some sort of resistance, or maybe it just stops and then all of a sudden the fish comes out. I felt like I missed that, impact here. It just goes a bit too soft. Yeah, so that, and other than that, this is fine. This is all good. I like the shape of this. And a few things here and there, especially this part. Yeah, here. So this shot here, right? So after this, you have the running sequence. So what happens is he's just standing, and it's a continuous shot, back to back. Action is happening here, and all of a sudden, the fish comes out, and now he's standing here, and now he's running. You see this? there are two shots like immediately back to back. And then he's running. So what I would say is you need to have him go in a running stance in this shot. So he goes in a running stance. He doesn't need to run, or maybe he just takes the first step, just takes a foot up, and then immediately you cut down to second camera angle where he's running. So that will blend really nicely. And at one place, I felt like there was a reaction shot that could have enhanced it even more. Not here. This one. So this stab is really impactful. You have the camera at the blade and it just stabs, and the audio is like really crisp as well, but there's no impact of the fish. So when you stab a fish, it should have felt a pain or something. So there could be a reaction shot of the fish where it is like, angry or reacted to that stab, and then it speeds up, and then further the action continues like the way it is. So I felt like that is missing here, and that will also add up to the story where the fish now speeds up because he just stabbed it, and because of that speed he fell off. So I felt like this is where maybe just one more shot, if you add one more shot, that would kind of stitch all those pieces together. Also here the fish should sway a bit. It's inside the water. That's its domain. So its tail or anything should just keep on swaying. It should not just sit like a PNG image there, like this. Like you have the swing here. Here she's just like stiff altogether. Again, I mean, there can be hundreds of enhancements, but it all depends on the time that you had to complete this project. Overall, it's a really good piece. I think it's well done. It's well done. Really good job. All right, so I'm gonna end this review at this note. Keep it up, bro. Keep it up. So which one did we just finish? This here. Do we still have time? We kinda don't. One more review. Maybe one more review. 11. Shanti. Animation review. Alright. We're gonna take one more. The last. There's a huge amount of text before the MP4 file. Can use those arrow keys? Yeah, of course I'm using them. Come on, I'm not that dumb. I just didn't know the drawn extension on Chrome because I don't generally do that. Otherwise, I know a lot of other stuff. What do you take me for? A child? A kid? I've been dabbling in animation recently and I'm still learning the ropes. I haven't ventured into longer projects yet, but I would love to get better over time. One thing I've been struggling with is the cleanup stage. My rough lines give the animation a lot of life, but tend to lose that energy when I clean things up. I really appreciate any advice and thought you might have on keeping that liveliness in final product. Thank you so much for your time. First of all, I need to see if I can even play the MOV file. I can. Oh, that's nice. This looks nice. I really like the. I think everyone can agree that it looks really good. It looks really nice. It has a lot of character. It has a lot of environment, ambience to it, atmosphere to it, sorry. And you can kind of feel the kind of environment he's into, that lonely place with a lot of fog, and there are not a lot of people, unaltered nature. So it kind of gives that vibe, and it's really well done. Now, when it comes to the animation and the thing you have asked, where you say your rough has a lot of life, but it goes over the time along with cleanup. I would say this is still better than a lot of other cleanups that I have seen. But one of the reason why rough looks more lively is because it has a lot of those extra strokes that brings a life that brings life to the animation. So let's say we are making rough like these ones, right? So it has all these extra lines. They kind of give give the feel of that energy, or or the texture that is missing from the finals. And I learned it recently, because I had this problem where my cleans or my cleanup was a bit too clean, so it would almost feel lifeless. So what I started doing is I started learning how comics artists draw their art. So they have multiple layers of art multiple layers going on in their art. So let's say if I'm cleaning this up, so I would not just draw lines and fill colors to it. What I would do is, since it's a single piece of art and I don't have to animate it in the comics, so maybe I would just fill black over here completely. This is all in shadows, and I'll draw a few hatch lines here and there. Also, this bottom stroke would be a bit more thicker. I'll get rid of all these for sure. Don't mind this fill though. It will be like full black. I'm just doing it with the pen, that's fine. Right, and then I'll add here and there a little bit of details that will make it look a bit more natural. So we do all these kind of extra stuff when we are making a painting or we are making a single drawing, just so that our final drawing just doesn't look flat. And if you want that your cleanup should not look flat, you might have to do the same thing in the animation. Now it sucks, because doing this much amount of work for a single frame will take you shit ton of time to complete your cleanup or complete your animation. And that's where you have to kind of find a balance where it doesn't look as good as comics art, but it still kind of fall or follow that approach, and you reduces a few things here and there just so that you can animate it faster. But yeah, this is something that you'll get good at over the time. I would say if you want to make this better even more, although it looks nice to me, then you can add a shadow layer, right? Try to add a shadow layer, and like you have these watercolor bleeds going on here and there. So at certain frames, if once you have your animation ready, like complete, what you can do is you can take that brush and just smudge it over here, like in the back or maybe somewhere at the arm, so that it kind of feels like the color is bleeding from there. Now when you do it in multiple frames, you have to maintain the consistency, otherwise it will just look jarring to look at. It will just be too jittery, so you have to be careful with that. But once you do that, it will start to blend with the rest of the environment, and then it will kind of feel like it's the animation is running within the same environment as the painting. It's just a lot of experimentation until you hit that sweet spot and you're like, yeah, this is what I feel is looking nice. But since you're thinking about it that you want to make it more lively, eventually you'll figure out a way for it. So yeah, I think that's a good animation, and The animation wise, I think it's really well done. The movements are crisp and clear. They conveys what's happening in the animation. Everything just so good, so good. And with this, I think we should end the session. We should end the stream right here. This is a good animation to end the stream with. What do you guys say? I do not understand how to use camera zoom in Adobe Animation. There's no I don't think there's camera in Adobe Animation. You have to scale the clips, movie clips or symbols using transform tool. अपना line art कैसे improve करें? Take any comics or manga, any good looking comics or manga, for example DC, Marvel, or any other manga. Let's say One Punch Man, right? Not the web comic, the manga, and try to study their strokes, try to study their characters, their panels. You'll start and try to make your drawings as clean as them. Over the time, you will notice what you'll have to do to make your line art look better. So when is the next live stream? I think next week. It's gonna be next week. I think it's gonna be again art review live stream. And this week I'm planning to host a traditional art competition. I think it has to be on Saturday. I still have to plan it out. I'm planning out a competition where you get like actual physical fucking prizes. It's no joke. And I'm paying for all those prizes from my pocket. There are no sponsors, there's no one. I just wanna do something for the community. I just wanna have this thing going on where we all kind of learn, participate, do things together. So yeah, engaging with the community even more. That's what you can say. So I think competitions is something that can bring that can bring people closer. Also, it's a good way of learning, or of course, when you win, you get stuff. Who doesn't love that? And hopefully, in future, maybe we'll get sponsors or something, or to get bigger prizes, to get to host it at bigger level. But initially, I'm just doing it from my own pocket. Let's see how it goes first. All right, so that's the end of the stream. I think I'm gonna go sleep, and you guys also have a good night. So you guys also have a good night's sleep.